And it's time now to bring you the latest in the world of entertainment. Of course, I am Theophilus Ilama, and of course, that was Adebule Baaj having a conversation with the winner of the Big Brother Nigeria All-Stars. Of course, 120 million is certainly not a joke. If you had that money, what would you do with it? While you ponder on that question, let me introduce myself once again. I am Theophilus Ilama, and welcome you to the most interesting part of your morning show. Of course, you're still watching the Saturday Breakfast here on TVC News, and this is the entertainment segment. Of course, we have in the studio the talented Adebule Baaj in the studio with me to discuss the film industry and other happenings in the entertainment industry. Of course, it's coming. There's a new film he's featured in, Okikiola, The Fisherman, and we'll also talk about that. First of all, thank you very much for coming.
Thank
120 million. What would you do with it if you had one now?
I'll start accelerating my jackpot plans.
Really? Why? You want to waste 120 million on that?
Is it a waste? I don't think it's a waste, though.
Why?
Money well spent.
Why do you want to jackpot?
Is that still a question?
Yes.
That's still a question, even till now.
Yeah.
With everything you're saying.
Why do you want to jackpot? Because a lot of people jackpot for different reasons.
Oh, okay.
Jackpot has been on for a very, very, very long time from ab initio.
I think
why?
For the usual thing now, you're looking for greener pastures. Yeah, for more working system, for safety, for you being in a society where 1 + 1 is equal to 2 gives you a certain form of security. Because you know, if you do this and you do this, you're going to get this. But in Nigeria, we know 1 + 1 is equal to what kind of connection you have.
Wow.
Yeah,
but
so
looking at what you just said with the connection thing, how has it been so far in the entertainment industry for you with the whole issues that this industry has been bedeviled with?
I can't be ungrateful. It's been pretty good. It's been around for a while. It took a long time, but the journey is usually the best part because that's pretty much what your entire life is about. The journey to getting whatever you're trying to get. And once you get it, you're already on another journey to something else. So even though the journey was long, it was difficult, I'm definitely happy about it.
Talking about journey, you started out as a model from school.
Yeah.
Then got into reality shows. Then now...
Reality shows?
For the modeling industry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, modeling,
acting.
Yeah.
Possibly the only thing you've not done is music.
To the best of your knowledge.
Really? So you've got into music before?
Okay, I have a lot of friends who are artists, so they try to make me dabble in it a little bit. But it was just for fun. It wasn't anything professional.
Let me
just,
guess, rap music, right?
No, singing actually.
What genre of music?
What were we even doing? I think it was R&B, Nigeria pop. We were just messing about. It was such a long time ago.
Okay, so let's look at the new movie that's you're still shooting, right?
No, we're done filming.
You're done filming already. Okay, so Okikiola, the Fisherman movie, right? Tell us about it now. When you were told, or you got to realize that you will be acting alongside Kule Afolayan and others, and Bolalin Inolowo and the likes, what came to mind?
That's a very, very good cast, you know. It was my first time working with the production company and the directors, but it was good to still have some faces that you're familiar with. Plus, they're brilliant individuals and nice people to work with, so that was obviously nice. But I think the thing that really drove me to it was the story itself, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never done anything around that, even anywhere close. The closest thing I've done to that is Fifth Avenue. But I didn't get to really be a fisherman like that. That one, I just like, I got to hold the nets. But this one, I actually got to go on boats, got to fish, got to learn about which fish is which fish. It was fun.
Walk us through the process to filming, since you said you had to become a real fisherman there.
To the best, not become a real fisherman, sha. But
I
didn't get to do like real fisherman things and hang out with other fishermen because they're the ones that are going to teach you how to do it. So we were filming actually technically Ogun State, but it was still Lagos.
Isheri.
Yeah, Isheri. And to get to the set, you have to actually take a boat there. That's how.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you take a boat to the other side, and then you're really in the crux of it. And that's my favorite place to shoot, actually. Not the place, but when you're making a film and you're not doing it in the contemporary Lagos setting, you're doing it in a real place. It really makes it easier for you to really just soak into it. And most times, it always feels like you're on not like a vacation, but you are on a tour. But not like a tour because you're also working. But you're experiencing things, you're meeting people, So yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice. And the fact that I got the fishing thing in one take. They didn't believe that. They already set up to do like 5
one
takes.
take?
Yeah, I mean, if I was like, you probably have to do like 10 takes if I pull this off. But let's say I did it the first time, and I was already getting ready to I was already pulling the net in to do it again. Like, no, that's good. I said, no. Let me do it one more time. I'm telling you, I can do it. That was good. Then they showed me the footage, and it was really good. Like, oh, I'm actually surprised I did it in one take. Maybe this acting thing is not where I was supposed to be.
So you're considering career change?
It is not a bad idea. I like water. I like boats. I know how to swim. I enjoy water generally since I was little. So maybe it's the fishing, you know? Maybe.
Calling.
If this one doesn't work out, and the jackpot doesn't work out, at least I know where I'm going.
So you want to move into fishing after if everything doesn't work out?
I'm going there. I already had some connections there. We made a pretty good connection with the fishermen and everything. Yeah, they're pretty cool. So you don't think I can do it? Your eyes look at me like you don't think I can do it.
I'm just trying to imagine Baaj doing.
You know what? When you watch the film and you see it, you won't have to imagine anymore.
It's a film. Like we can take.
Wow! You don't even rate me at all.
No, you have several takes and you're cut.
Well, I just told you it was one take. One take, man.
It could have been several takes.
It could have been. It could have been. But it was one.
And for you were rehearsing.
Of course, you do some rehearsals before you do. Come on. Now you're just trying to set me up.
No, I'm not trying, but I'm just saying you were rehearsing.
And with the fishermen, now they'll show me.
The guys were like, okay,
see, the net is not something to play with. That thing is it's a little complicated. It's not just like there are specific spots you have to hold on to, and there's a particular way you have to throw it in a way that it spreads wide enough to like when it gets in, it actually sinks in and gets enough fish. If you don't do it well enough, you just catch like small fish without that energy. Please don't play with the game.
But did you catch any fish?
Well, let's talk about the film. Why are you focusing on fishing?
Did you catch any fish?
I can't remember.
Really?
I can't remember.
But you would have eaten some fishes.
It was a take. They didn't want me to catch fish.
Okay. So looking at this film now. Everybody's expectant. What do you think many will take out from the movie?
I think one of the favorite parts about the film, which was very clear from when we were making it, was they were very conscious of the times we were in. We're in a very difficult time where everyone is very, very divided. Everyone is very individualistic. And they really wanted the film to really touch on the fact that no matter what tribe you're from, no matter what part of the country you're from, one thing is common: you're Nigerian. They were very, very focused on doing that. So there were different parts of the film where there are characters that are choosing to be villainous towards other characters, just strictly based on where they are from. So they were very, very intentional about trying to show people that if you can treat your fellow man, your fellow Nigerian as your brother, it will work in your favor eventually. So that I really like that about the story.
Okay, so looking at, in my research about you, I realized that you've been able to keep your head low. No scandal whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
So how have you been able to do that? Because I know that this industry might be really hard to stay away from scandals.
I have very, very strong home training. Okay. Let's start from there. Yeah. I think the fact that you already know you're not just representing yourself out there. Yourself and your name, everyone that knows you from your family and friends are sort of connected to your existence. Okay. So when you are very much aware of that, you also know that you're carrying the reputation of not just yourself, but your family and the people that are not even here yet. They are very much attached to your existence. So it helps you in deciding what to do and not to do in terms of good and bad, moral or immoral, scandal or no scandal. And you just make sure you're not caught in settings or environments where you would like to not be. Okay. You know? So, yeah.
So in other words, you choose the places you go to.
Yes, very well. Very, very well, yeah.
Okay. In the industry at a point, there was this talk about getting roles in exchange for favors, sexual favors.
That's always been there. That's worldwide.
It's always been there.
That's worldwide.
It's still there? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's not even only in Nollywood. It's almost
No, but we're talking about Nollywood now.
Well, it is what it is, man. You're going to use what you have to get what you want, just as human beings, you know? And some people might think that's the only way to get what they want. I still remember when I was just starting out, that could have happened to me pretty easily. I was just starting out, and a friend of mine brought his brother to talk to me, who was already in the industry. And he told me the only way to get anything is through that. And I actually believed him. I didn't even, because I was just starting, I didn't doubt it. But coincidentally, 3 or 4 months later, I auditioned for a TV commercial. And from the audition, I got it. And it was a big commercial. It was pretty big. Like, oh, that means there's no way that guy was right, because all I had to do was audition and show them what I'm capable of, and they offered me the role. So that's from. So imagine if after the audition, the director called me and asked for that. I would automatically really then believe that that's how it works. But lucky for me, my first experience in entertainment was based off of, are you capable of pulling off this thing? If you are, we're going to give you the role. So you make it, I noticed that, and I was like, all you have to do is just work on yourself, keep going out there. If you get a no, if you get a yes, that's great. But you don't have to do that to actually get what you want.
You don't have to do that, quite all right. But there's been a lot of stories about that directors.
The bad stories are always going to be being competent. It's not through you being actually good at what you do. It's now through those kind of nefarious means. Obviously, the people that are supposed to be getting the opportunities are not going to get them. It's going to go to other people who might not actually be talented enough to pull them off. And then when those films come out, the audience are going to be like, Nigerian actors are not knowing the people that are actually supposed to get them sometimes end up not getting them because, well, sometimes because of that.
Because of that. Is the pay good?
No.
Really?
No.
Why?
But then again, it's Nigeria. You know, you have to also put things in context, put things in perspective. We are in we call it the poverty capital of the world now. So it's going to be quite difficult to expect a very huge, not even Hollywood level pay, but very huge pay from a country that is the poverty capital of the world. But Nollywood is trying its best to, level up every year, level up every time something new happens. For instance, now we have a lot of VOD platforms.
Okay.
So definitely there's a little bit more money going around, but that's pretty much what it is, a little bit more money. If you compare it to what is now going on in Nigeria, with everything becoming more expensive, it's not even close.
So, like, on the average setting, what is the average pay for an actor?
Depends on the actor. Like I told you, in Nigeria, 1 + 1 is not equal to 2 now. So there's no set structure of this level actor, or this actors, or this age range gets this particular amount. It's really based off of how much you can leverage on. That's really it. And now with social media, when it comes to leveraging, it's pretty much what's your followership like, which I don't support that technique, but you're not the one controlling this world. So you just have to play the game.
How important, or how has content creators or content creation affected the kind of films or the production that comes out of Nollywood? Because we see a lot of content creators now delving into the mainstream Nollywood.
Well, it's always good when you get work, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy that takes food out of people's mouth. But I think in any sector, if your focus on hiring is not based off of the person being actually able to do the job, it's always going to be negative. So there's the positive and the negative parts of it. There's the positive part of the new people in the industry that get to have work, that get to work, and you get to bring in more eyes to your project, quote and unquote. But there's also that part of, if that is what you're focused on, it's not going to be a good thing. There's a logical reason why you have actors who are very talented, who have a body of work, who are trained, who are actually very skilled. And that's the people that really should be working, in my opinion. But that's not saying you should not give influencers work. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying,
All right, so while we hold you there, we have AY Ayomakun live on Zoom with us. AY, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us at this time. I'm sure it's been a tiring period for you, especially with your movie that just came out, Merry Men 3, and the premiere that happened recently. Tell us now, why did you decide to do a part 3 of an epic film like Merry Men?
Okay, the Merry Men franchise, I would say that has nothing to do with us as producers to dictate or make that decision to come up with any other part. When we did part 1, the people requested for a sequel, and we had to obey. And then when we did 2, they came back again saying no. with what we have seen, there must be a three. So it's just a question of if the music is good, you can go on and play it twice or even more. So now that we've done three, and if it's something that they're in love with again, and come up with the same request, of course, as a franchise, we can go on and on.
So it means that if people call for a part 4, part 5, just like we had with James Bond, it's going to happen?
There's no crime for such to happen in this part of the world. And as you can, if you're aware, uh, this is one of the few films from this region, that is taking that direction. So it's all about the viewers. It's all about the reception that is being gotten from the audience or different audiences that we entertain. And then we just go along. There's always a twist. There's always a way to navigate the story and, continue to enjoy the franchise.
All right, so what has informed the choice of cast so far? Because in the first part, some people were there, some were not in the second, and some were not in the third. Some new faces came in. What informed the choice?
The script, and of course, if you're telling the story again that people are used to certain characters.
Chief Jimo Alade and his family were brutally murdered in their home Sunday night.
Go on and add some tonic to give it a twist that people are definitely going to the cinemas to see.
All right, anyway, thank you very much. But before you go, I would like to ask you this question. I'd like to get your reaction on this. There was a time that you talked about the fact that you had some issues with Basketmouth, and recently came out to apologize to everybody. So since then, we haven't heard from you as regards the apology.
Oh, Basketmouth and I were already talking. We're already, dealing with communications the way it should be dealt with, starting from the inside. And we are very much at peace. And we have also both come to understand that the industry is one. And we do know that a lot of the younger comedians are looking up to us. So it's very, very necessary for us to stabilize our industry. We started so very well, and we want to be pretty good role models. So as I speak to you, we are very much at peace. And in no time, you see us doing stuff together.
AY, thank you very much. Of course, the movie was quite interesting, but thank you very much for talking to us this morning about your movie and, of course, every other thing. Thank you so much.
At least before I go, it's very important to ask people to go to cinemas nationwide. Merriment 3 is already in the cinemas nationwide. So please go see it and let us know what you think. Thank you.
Thank you very much, AY. All right, so Baaj, before we go, where do you see yourself, maybe in about 5, 10 years in the industry, do you see yourself in Hollywood?
I'm already in Hollywood. The funny part about this question, when I was starting out, I was asked this question, I was like, yeah, in 5 years, I want to be, yeah. But it's kind of weird now. It's not more that I just want to make great Nollywood projects that break into Hollywood, as opposed to trying to be in Hollywood. Not like I don't star in Hollywood projects or anything, but that's not more the drive. I feel like Nigeria has really gotten to a point in entertainment where we now have worldwide influence. So it's the goal isn't wanting to be in Hollywood now. It's more of wanting to have products or create films or shows that break into that sphere. So like the Squid Games and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's more of kind of what I'm more.
So you mean that local stories here, epic stories that our grandfathers tell us then, can feature in Hollywood, do a film with Nollywood, and of course it will break out in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's where my mind is at now.
Okay. Thank you very much, Baaj, for talking to us.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.